literally been muted the whole time? Have I been muted the whole time I've been saying that? Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. I've literally been muted the whole time. Yeah, but guys, I'm having an absolute horror show today. Round 1, internet broke, lighting was fucked. Round 2, I've been muted for about 3 minutes. Yeah, guys, let's run that again. Let's run that again. This has been an absolute shambles. This is like the first time I've ever done a fucking live stream. I'm all over the place. I mean, seriously, what is going on here? But yeah, guys, match preview. Chelsea, Sheffield United, must win for the Blues. Pochettino, pressure is building. You know, it's a big week. We've got Sheffield United Saturday. We've got Newcastle Cup quarter-final on Tuesday, followed by the Christmas Eve game at Wolves next weekend. So it's a big week for the club coming up. Poch needs to get 2 wins at home. Sheffield United is going to be tough game. Riding a bit of a new manager bounce. Chris Wilder back in the hot seat there. A win 1-0 last time out against Brentford. We've lost our last 2 games, both away from home. 2 dreadful performances. Got to return with a bang at the Bridge. We simply have to. Big positive news for Chelsea is that Christopher Nkunku will return to the matchday squad. We should see a debut for him at some point. Don't know when he's going to come off the bench. Of course not. But yeah, hopefully it will be a positive debut for him. We've got Malagusto back in full team training, although no one asked whether he was available to play or not. So I guess that's maybe 50-50, potentially up in the air. I don't really know on that front. I'm not too sure. Lavia not ready still. But Robert Sanchez and Marc Cucurella have been added to the injury list. We've got about 12 players missing. Pretty standard for us this season. Sanchez and Cucurella both out. So we're going to see a full debut for Petrovic. We saw him make his debut at Everton all of 5 minutes. He's going to get a full debut. Let's see how he does. But yeah, the pressure is on. If I draw the table up ahead of this game, guys. By the way, big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. As always, get your thoughts in the chat. And yeah, let's dive into this then, people. Premier League table heading into this game. Doesn't make pleasant reading. We've got to do a little scroll down. We're sitting 12th in the table, level on points with Brentford, 2 points behind Fulham. We are 5 points behind West Ham, 6 behind Brighton and Newcastle, 7 behind Man United. 8 behind United. So yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Sheffield United are rooted to the bottom, 8 points, 2 wins all season. You would expect this to be a fairly straightforward game, but it absolutely isn't. I can't remember the last. It's new ground as a Chelsea fan to go into a game against Sheffield United at Stamford Bridge, who are bottom of the table, and legitimately be concerned about whether we're going to win this game of football. But that is where we're at right now. You know, the form is not good. A lot of red in there. 1 win in our last 5 Premier League games. That's poor. Really, really poor, guys. There's no hiding it. It's shocking. Absolutely dreadful form. We simply have to win. Second page of the table these days. But this is the state of play. We need a win. We said the fact that we've not even hit 20 points after 16 games is a madness. We need the win tomorrow. It would take us to 22 points. Results dependent. We could move back into 10th place, which seems to be where we're attracted to these days. 10th place seems to be what we go for. Yeah, but a win is absolutely essential. I don't care how many goals it is, even if it's a 1-0 shitty win. I don't care. We have to win, get these points on the board, and start climbing this table, because otherwise it's going to be a bleak season, and we could legitimately end up being fucking bottom half of the table again. No joke. We have to start picking wins up. What are people saying in the chat anyway? Let's go through the chat. Yes, run the likes up, people. Nkunku 18, big up my guy. Must-win game at home to Sheffield United. Shows how far. Yeah, it has. Hopefully Gusto's fit. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, no, hopefully not, mate. Hopefully not. Yeah, that was absolutely shambolic from me. I mean, Jesus Christ. we are finished. You know it's over when Sanchez is our first choice goalkeeper and Jackson is our first choice striker. Well, look, it's not great right now. Rayan, big up, Mike. I hope you're good. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a nice touch if Chelsea put a load of blue balloons on the seats tomorrow at Stamford Bridge, just in case Nkunku scores, and we can all blow him up in the crowd. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be nice if it did. Michael, big up. Hope you're doing well. Pochettino has been at Chelsea for almost 5 months, and yet we still have no identity or any pattern of play. I think I wouldn't go as far as that. I think there is an identity. It's just the fact is we haven't seen the identity on a regular basis. I don't think he does really know what his best team is, purely because the teams have to change pretty much every week because of how many players are injured, how many players are getting suspended. So I do sympathise with him a bit on that front. Yes, he absolutely has to do better. A lot of players aren't doing the basics. A lot of the team aren't performing the basics that are required. So yeah, no, I hear it. The reason I'm not Pochettino because the owners and the advisors of the club. Yeah, no, that's fair. How good is Petrovic? No idea. Absolutely no idea. I hit like before Paul can come up. Yeah. What else we got? Oh yeah, muted. Yep. Audio. Yeah, we're all. Yeah, that's all audio stuff. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, it has been. But no, we're back in the mix. I've recomposed, and yeah, we're going again. Yes, I do, but I'll discuss that either Sunday or Monday with the Carabao Cup preview. But yeah, I think we will. Yeah, I mean, look, the last few games have been must win, and we haven't done it. This is pretty much as must win as it gets. It legit is. I actually don't now, because now that Chris Wilder's come in, they've actually reverted to playing a 4 at the back, so they didn't actually play 5 in the midfield. Yes, big up, Geordie. Yeah, they probably will play a low block, but they will also probably come out and play a bit as well. I think that much is also clear. They're not just going to literally sit behind the ball. They are gonna play a bit. Yeah, God of Frogs, I would agree. They probably are relishing the prospect of coming to Stamford Bridge. I mean, it must be mad that as a bottom of the table side, they're probably not concerned about coming to Stamford Bridge. That is the reality of the situation. maybe we can win the league. That's the top of the bottom half of the table. Maybe we can win that. Nkunku back in the squad is massive. I've got absolutely no idea, but if results go against us, we could drop down to 14th or 15th. Like to see Sterling play a false 9. Not for me, mate. Not for me. Ease Nkunku into every match. If you release him, no, he's definitely not going to be rushed back. No chance. We're going to be very cautious with him. I don't see him starting a game this year. If he does start a game, maybe Luton away potentially, but I personally don't see him starting a game anytime soon. Silva must start, I would agree. But yeah, let's dive into the main news and let's talk about that man, Christopher Nkunku then, guys. Obviously, we've been waiting since the international break and Newcastle thinking, will he make the squad? Won't he make the squad? Quite a number of games have gone by, but finally been confirmed. Hopefully this is the one. No, it's not that one. Hopefully he will make his debut tomorrow. I can't envisage why he wouldn't make his debut. But who knows? Maybe. Here we go. So Poch asked again, yes, can be involved. That is very good news. To be involved tomorrow and be in the squad and to fill the competition after the pre-season is good news for us. We need to be calm and quiet, so not to put all the pressure on him. Now he's going to evolve. No, the Premier League is a big motivation for us, for the teammates and the fans, to see a player that should be important for us and to be in the squad for the first time. And I think that's what it is. It's about managing expectation. I think way too many people are getting way too carried away with Nkunku coming back. Look, I'm absolutely delighted, but we're acting like, a lot of people are acting like this guy is the second coming of Messi. And it's like we've got some absolute unbelievable player returning to the team. And look, he's a very good player, but that really isn't the case, guys. It really isn't the case. So, I mean, look, it's great that he's back, but yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's great that you're back, but we can't rush him back because you know what happens when you rush players back. They get injured again. Particularly with our record of injuries at Chelsea, and Nkunku has picked up a few reasonably serious injuries during his career already. He missed the World Cup last year because he had a knee injury. So yeah, look, we just got to be careful with him, ease him back in. I know there's going to be the temptation, people want him to be rushed back. We simply cannot do that. We take our time with him. This guy is going to be critical for us. We need him fit for January because Jackson's going to the Cup of Nations. We're probably going to see him play a large chunk of minutes as a number 9. We simply have to make sure that we ease him back in, we look after him, we take care of him. And that means he doesn't start a game this year, then so be it, because we've got to play the long game with these guys. And we simply cannot put pressure on him. But it's fantastic that he's back. It really, really is. I would like to see, and I would like to see Nkunku and Cole Palmer link up. Yeah, I think that'll be very exciting as well. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that at some point in this season. Don't rush a good thing. Exactly that, mate. Please don't put all the pressure on Nkunku. No, give him 15. Yeah, look, 10 or 15 minutes tomorrow. I suspect that it will follow a similar path to Reece James's rehabilitation. When he came back from his first injury. Yes, big up to the dearest Jevil. Appreciate the super chat. Only the special one can save us. Who knows? Who knows, mate? I mean, a lot of people have been talking about him coming back. Look, we all love him. Do I think it's the right thing to do? No, probably not. But of course, we wouldn't ever say no to a round 3, even if it doesn't really make any logical sense. But big up for the donation, greatly appreciated. Sheffield United defence, all man behind the ball. Look, they're going to make it difficult for us. They absolutely are. I think that much is abundantly clear. It is going to be very tricky for us. No doubt about it. Agreed on that. No stupid yellows either. We got to move away from picking up stupid yellow cards. Discipline needs to improve. Discipline was better against Everton and Man United. Yes, I know there was a bit of a heated moment at the end with Jackson, and there was a bit of a melee at full time at Everton. But generally speaking, we perhaps have reined it in a touch. We don't seem to be picking up as many bookings in the last few games. But yeah, look, absolutely, we need to make sure that we are on it, because last home game we got a sodding red card. Gallagher sent off. That has got to change as well. We need that to change. So yeah, let's hope that we can, keep our heads. How would you feel if Nkunku comes? Yeah, it'd be amazing. It'll be absolutely amazing. Yeah, no, he did play well during preseason, but a lot has changed since preseason. A lot has changed. No, I think that's a disservice. That McAtee's good. Obviously, Cameron Archer as well. McBurney's going to be a handful if he plays. They've got players that can cause problems, and we are going to have to be on it and at the top of our game. Something which we haven't done very much this season. But yeah, look, big news, Christopher Nkunku back. Every Chelsea fan is excited for it, but we just got to rein the expectation in. Don't put too much pressure on this guy, because yeah, it's not fair. It isn't fair to do that. It really isn't. But let's move away from Nkunku, and let's dive. That's good news that he's back. But what's not good news is our injury list is now a madness. It really is. You get one back, and you get a couple back in Nkunku and Gusto, and then you just add a couple more onto the list with Sanchez and Cucurella, and you haven't actually moved anywhere. You just got 2 back. 2 have then replaced them on the injury list. This is the list. So Sanchez, he picked up a knee problem at Old Trafford. Obviously played at Goodison, had to come off. So Sanchez is continuing to undergo specialist assessment. Cucurella undergoing assessment and due to meet with foot and ankle specialists to decide the next step. It's kind of mad, isn't it, that Cucurella has been injured for a week and yet they haven't been to see any specialists to decide the next step. We know Reece James, obviously, we know Chalobah is still out. Do you know what's annoying, right, is the fact that we don't really receive any concrete injury updates about timeframes for players being out. You know, what's happened to Chalobah? He picked up a hamstring injury in pre-season, was meant to be out for a month or so. Hasn't kicked a ball this season. You know, you start to think of Chelsea just like frozen him out, and they don't want him. They don't want him to play. They don't want him training with the team. I really start to wonder what is potentially going on there. I mean, we know Chilwell's out. Chukwuemeka, another one. What the fuck's happened to him? Picked up the injury at West Ham, was originally meant to be out for around 4 to 6 weeks. That was back in August. It's now nearly Christmas, nearly 2024, and we still haven't seen him. What the fuck's happened to him? There's been no update on him. There's been no update on him at all. I don't understand what is going on with injuries at the club at the moment. But obviously, we know Fofana's still out, Ugochukwu out, Madueke still out, and then I've got Lavia, who's returned to partial team training. Hopefully, we'll see him reasonably soon. Gusto returned to full team training, and Nkunku's returned to full team training. But these injuries are just it's a joke. It really is a joke. I mean, I don't understand what the issue is. Why are we struggling so badly in the injury department? You know, it really is strange. And it's not, these aren't just little knocks. These are like long-term injuries for us. Long-term injuries. Chukwuemeka was looking good as well, as the Dearest Devil saying in the chat. Chukwuemeka was looking good. He was looking good. I mean, look, there's a lot of things that have been going on at the club, particularly injury and fitness wise, which for me, some of it's not making sense. I feel like there's a lot of like cloak and dagger stuff going on in terms of like the injuries are absolutely causing issues, but there's a lack of transparency as well. There's a lack of transparency. Like, I appreciate, like, this is a good way. I'm not against posting an injury update before each game, so you know what players are out and you kind of know what they're up to. But the problem I've got is that there's no, and I can understand from their point of view why they're maybe hesitant to put a time frame on it, because if they put a time frame on it and it's longer than a time frame, then people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, why are the club lying? Why is this taking longer? I get that, but at the same time, you would like a sort of a rough idea of what's going on and how long these players are going to be out for, because right now we've got absolutely no idea when Chukwuemeka is coming back. They don't really know what's happened with Sanchez. We don't know what's happened with Cucurella. We don't really know when Chilwell's coming back. We don't know what's happened to Chukwuemeka. We don't know what's happened to Ugochukwu or Madueke. That Madueke was described as not very serious, and then you know he's still out. Gusto's back, and Nkunku's back, and Lavia's in partial training. But you know, this is what I don't understand as well. Is like the injuries are an absolute joke. Way too many injuries. Way too many injuries. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm thinking, why? I'm not asking for sympathy from the media, but when any other team has got a load of injuries, the first thing that's said about that team, oh, injuries. We you know, so like Newcastle decimated, Spurs have got loads of injuries, Brighton loads of injuries. With Chelsea, it's like the injuries barely get mentioned, and it just doesn't make any sense. The injuries barely get mentioned, and I just don't understand. I mean, obviously the media don't like us. We know that. We know we're not a popular club in general, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, why, you know, injuries are constantly written about for other teams, but then when it's us, and we've had an injury list like this all season, and it's key players as well, and you know, there seems to be no leeway, no sort of sympathy. I'm not asking for sympathy, but there doesn't really seem to be anything along those lines at all. It really doesn't make sense. But it's a massive problem, because you look at those players there, right? Nkunku, Gusto, Lavia, all first team players. Fofana first team, Chukwuemeka first team, Chilwell first team, James first team, Sanchez and Cucurella first team. You know, all of those players, right, would either be starting or they'd be on the bench as good options to come on. The squad right now is decimated, and you're going to look at our bench tomorrow, and the bench is going to be shit. It's going to have a load of academy players on there, and it's not going to have very many game changers. It simply isn't. It simply isn't at all. I just don't get it. Something really isn't adding up. It's either something we're doing in the training, it's either something we're doing in the recovery process, it's either something we're doing in the conditioning work in the gym. Are we not doing enough in the gym? Are we doing too much in the gym? Like, what is going on with our team right now? Because we can't have this many injuries. This is not a new thing. I did a video a few days ago, earlier this week, highlighting the amount of injuries that we've had. This is not just a thing this season. This has spanned across multiple medical teams, multiple different players. And you look at it, when players leave that have been injury prone at Chelsea, you see Loftus-Cheek having a good season. You see Pulisic having a good season. You see Kante playing, you know, quite a few games. And you're thinking, well, hang on a second. What the fuck's happened to us? What is going on? Like, I don't know the answer to this. But it's a massive, massive problem, because without fail, each week we are missing a minimum of 10 players. And that really, really, really weakens the team. And it massively weakens the bench as well. And it does leave us in problems. Yes, you know, what we've got on the pitch is good enough to get results. But when you've not really got much in the bench to change things, and when you're coming into a busy Christmas period of fixtures, and we're not got that many options to switch things up, then yeah, it absolutely is a problem, and it is detrimental to what we're doing. Well, like, mate, we were getting loads of injuries under Tuchel in the previous regime as well. It's not. We've switched medical teams. It's a completely different medical team, and the same problems are still persisting. Chelsea been yelling uncle since before the season. It will be physical tomorrow. No idea. It depends how the game goes. Maybe striker, maybe on one of the flanks. I'm not too sure. By the way, guys, 50 in the building. We're on 32 likes. Run the likes up, people. Let's get this to 50 likes as quickly as possible. We hit the 100 likes last night. Let's try and run it up to another 50 likes minimum tonight. So if you've not smashed the like button, guys, please make sure you are hitting that like button. Let's get to 50 as quickly as we possibly can. So please do smash that like button, and of course subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Yeah, again, there's look, again, that's a possibility, but you know, no one else seems to have injuries at this rate that we're having them at. That's my thing. Like, and it is detrimental. It's having a negative impact on our season. I'm not saying it's the reason that we've, you know, not been playing well, but it certainly doesn't help when you've not got much on the bench, and it certainly doesn't help when you can't field a lot of your best players. Do you know that? Yeah, Hamer's only one that scored in the away goal. I think he scored it at Nottingham Forest. It was a very good goal as well. It was a very good goal. But yeah, the injuries thing is not really adding up for me, and it's a problem. Something's not right at the moment in terms of the conditioning or you know, what we're doing at the club at this point in time. Something is not making sense. Something is not making sense. There's going to be a lot of academy boys on the bench again tomorrow, similar to what we saw at Everton. Yes, Emin Edits, big up. No one has this amount of injuries because no one signed 18. Well, look, I don't know why we're getting so many injuries. That is the big question. But I don't know why a bigger thing's not made of it, because like with the facilities we've got, with the access to treatment and you know, specialists and all that sort of thing, we really shouldn't be having as many injuries as we're having at this point in time. But for whatever reason, guys, we can't seem to shake the injury curse off. We can't seem to shake it off. And to make things worse, we now don't have any fit left backs. We're down to Colwell and Ian Martson as the only left backs in the team per se. And we haven't got any fit right backs. Hopefully Gusto's fit, but it could be Disasi at right back, Colwell at left back tomorrow. because we don't have other options. It is a problem. It is a problem right now. Who would be your dream signing in this window? Ivan Toney for me. Ivan Toney's my guy. We should have known not to trust the British government at the end of the day. Well, yeah, true. Castledine, Matos, Stutter, Brickin. Yeah. They. I imagine a lot of these guys will be in the squad tomorrow. Aaron Van Bissaka and Luke Shaw are back. Yeah. Okay, great. We need a new left back. Yeah, look, maybe a left back is something we look at in the summer. Maybe it's something that 100% needs addressing. I would agree that maybe that is an area that we might have to look at in the summer. Sterling has been involved in 19 goals in his last 18 Premier League appearances against newly promoted teams. Yeah, maybe that's his level. Maybe that's his level, and he can step up and get it done. Maybe that is his level right now. But let's take that off. But yeah, the injuries thing is a madness. It really is a madness, guys. I don't understand what is going on. But we are also going to see tomorrow. We've had Poch talking about a few players in the presser. Before I get to that, let's talk about because I think a lot of people are saying that are putting blame on the manager for getting rid of players, which is not the case. So basically, Simon Johnson and Liam Toomey in the Athletic. Chelsea supporters are getting restless again, but the club have had to stand by Pochettino, which they are doing as things stand. It was the top brass who decided to lower the average age of the squad significantly and accept the risk of inconsistency that came with such a strategy. So look, the owners are obviously clearly aware that this strategy comes with the idea that there's going to be a lot of issues, a lot of teething issues early on, and we're probably going to lose a lot of games, and we're not going to do particularly well. That is the unfortunate reality of the situation at this point in time. But we've chosen to go down this route now. It's too late. It's too late for us to back out. So yeah, I don't really know what the answer is. We just got to hope that these guys come good. That is what we've got to hope, that these guys come good, and these guys come good, and let's see what happens. But it's a high risk strategy, people. It is a high risk strategy. Big up. Have you seen this young left back Boniface from the academy? I've not seen him play before. I've seen that he's been involved in first team training, but it's not unusual for academy players to take part in first team training. No, I wouldn't say season over. No one knows. He picked up the injury at West Ham, and then it was meant to be 4 to 6 weeks out. He then suffered a setback, and then no one's heard what the setback is, and we literally haven't seen him since, which really doesn't make much sense. I would imagine so. Yes. No, I'm not, because I know that changing the manager doesn't change anything. I know it's deeper than a manager issue. And there's more blame apportioned to the sporting directors and the ownership for doing for assembling the squad the way it has been. So no, I'm not. Pochettino needs to do better, but it's far deeper than a managerial issue. Far deeper. I don't think they do. I honestly don't think they do. But there's no denying that they do view Cobham as a money-making machine, which academies are, and the best players will play and others will be sold. Do you think you'll go live last day of transfer? I would, but we're playing Liverpool at Anfield on deadline day. So I don't think I will be going live, because I will be at Anfield more than likely. The club will definitely increase in value, I'd imagine. Chelsea have won 5 of their past 7 Premier League games against Sheffield United, drawing 1 and losing the other one. Well, let's hope we don't make it a second loss against them. We need to use that Serbian doctor from back in the day. Yeah, bro, the horse percent. No, that was legit, though. Like, players would legit go out to that geezer, get the horse percent, and it would sort them right out. It's not looking good. It's not looking amazing for us right now. When will we win trophies next year? I like to think I backed us to win the Carabao Cup at the start of the season. I'll still stick by that, because we are obviously still in it. So yeah, let's let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I'll probably stick with Broja. I think he deserves another chance, but we'll get into that. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, absolutely not interested. No. We might have 4 managers for 4 different transfer windows. Yeah, that is mad. I don't think we will, but that is mad. I still think they'll look to sell him. I think what Newcastle are doing is maybe, not playing him that much to try and negotiate potentially a lower fee. I don't know why Hall's not playing at Newcastle. I really don't. And when he does play, he seems to get hooked at half time the entire time. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But apparently the criteria to activating the clause is very low. So I would still expect that clause to definitely be activated. But yeah, anyway, guys, 43 still in the building, 45 in the building. Big yourselves up, 40 likes. Let's get 10 more likes to 50 minimum, guys. That is always the target. Please make sure you smash up that like button. It is greatly appreciated. Please smash that like button, people. Run it up to 50. But let me see what else there is to go through. Guys, there's not an awful lot of other stuff to go through. Let's dive into the team. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the team in some detail. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. As I said, if you're new around here, it is obviously greatly appreciated. I think we're going to go 4-2-3-1. And what is going to be interesting is the makeup of the back 4. And we're going to see something. We're going to see some exciting players. Well, we'll say exciting players. We're going to see some interesting decisions, and there are a few selection issues that do absolutely, guys, need to be addressed. That much is clear. How many minutes do you think Nkunku will get? I would be shocked if he got more than 15. I would say 15 max. Our under-21s aren't what they used to be. We are 14th in the 21 Premier League. Fair, I've not really paid much attention to that. They can change policy if they truly want to. Nothing is ever too late. No, I agree that nothing's ever too late, but I do fully believe that we are too far down the road on this one right now. We've signed all these youngsters on long-term contracts. We can attempt to undo some of it by recruiting quality and experience, but in terms of the actual strategy, I think these guys are committed to it. I don't see the strategy changing. I really don't. We might add a few experienced heads into it, but ultimately the strategy is the strategy. So yeah, I mean, look, starting in goal, Poch saying Sanchez is going to be out for a few weeks. That's not ideal. So it means that there's going to be a full debut for Petrovic in goal. I don't know what's going to happen there. Petrovic in goal. We saw him play 5 minutes against Everton. I'll be real. He flapped at the cross for the second goal, which wasn't great. But I'll be honest, I don't know anything about him. I mean, if any of the American people in the chat are still here, or anyone that knows anything about Petrovic more than I do, that's the first time I've seen him play. I was at Everton, saw him play 5 minutes. I wasn't massively impressed, but you can't really do much in 5 minutes, in fairness. Anyone know anything about Petrovic in the chat? This is a big moment for him. This is now a chance for him to stake a claim in the team. If he goes on a run, Sanchez is going to be out for a few weeks. Petrovic could well play the rest of the games this month. In fact, I think he probably will. I think he probably will play the rest of the games this month. I don't see Sanchez back in the team until the new year. So this is a big opportunity for Petrovic, massive opportunity. And Poch was speaking about Petrovic in the presser, saying, of course, I have faith in all my players. He arrived at Chelsea because we believed he had great potential. Now, after 4 or 5 months working with us, is the moment for him to step up and feel good because we have the trust in him. Now is to make the debut in Stamford Bridge. Yes, we trust that he can perform in the way we want. I honestly don't know what these guys' strengths are. I don't know what his weaknesses are. So I guess realistically, I don't think we're going to give up that many opportunities tomorrow. Set pieces and balls into the box are going to be where he's really tested. It'll be interesting to see what his distribution's like, what his play out from the back is like. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But Petrovic in goal is happening. Young Sinatra, big up my guy. I hope you're doing well. Don't watch the MLS. Fair. Sheffield United most recent win over the Blues was a 3-0 top flight victory at Bramall Lane. Fair, but just 3-0 in 2020. I must have erased that from my memory. And that must have been in COVID. Yeah, July 2020. That would have been COVID. So yeah, I hope he does well. It's going to be exciting to see him. You know, it's always exciting to see a new player. But yeah, I don't really know what we're going to get from him. Hopefully, he just has a straightforward game. Isn't required to do much, but it's going to be tested collecting crosses and balls into the box. So he's got to be on it from that. He's got to command his area, and he's got to communicate well with the back line. Moving to right back, obviously for me, if Gusto's fit, no one really asked if he was fit. He's returned to full team training. I presume he's fit enough to start. So I will obviously put Gusto in to start. It's not been a major injury, so Gusto to start. But if for whatever reason Gusto's not fit, then it will have to be Disasi in the middle. Disasi at right back. So basically, kind of just covering myself up. Gusto, if he's definitely fit to play. If not, I would play Disasi there. But look, there's no reason why Gusto shouldn't be fit to play. He's been out for a few weeks with a knee problem. I don't know if we're going to be cautious with every single player that's been injured and he doesn't go straight back into the team and he starts on the bench as well. But I'm not sure if we're in a position to be starting on the bench. So let's wait and see. But Gusto for me would be in my team. If it's not Gusto, it will be Disasi. It's just we're not fully sure if Gusto is 100% available, even though he's returned to full team training. In the middle, now look, I'm going to slightly contradict myself, but the reason for this, and look, I don't like centre back should be an area that isn't rotated on the pitch. It really shouldn't be rotated unless it's been injuries or it's a cup game. You want continuity in your centre back pairing. We are changing the centre back pairing way too much, way too much. We're conceding way too many goals. 4 against Newcastle, Man City, 4 against Newcastle, we've conceded 2 in each of our last 3 games. Brighton, United, and Everton. That needs to change. That 100% needs to change. So, look, I don't know what we're going to do. So, for me personally, I bring Thiago Silva back in. I think we missed that leadership. Unless he's been dropped for the rest of the season, which is unlikely, but I would bring Silva back into this team. We need that leadership. We need his presence at the back. And for me, I would continue with Badiashile at the back as well. If Gusto's fit, he starts. Disasi drops to the bench, in my opinion. De Silva and Badiashile would be my centre-back pairing for tomorrow. I just think they complement each other well. They're both very good defenders, and I think right now for me, I think that's our best partnership. I really do. And you've got to play your best pairings. Simple as that. You need to play your best pairings. By the way, guys, 3 more likes to 50. Come on, people. Run it up. We need 3 more likes to 50. There's still 44 of us in the building, guys. So make sure you are smashing that like button. Run this up to 50. No excuses not to be smashing 50 likes ASAP on this, people. It should take you seconds to get there. Let's make sure you get it done. If you don't get to 50 minimum, guys, we're not going to beat Sheffield United tomorrow, and no one wants that on their conscience. You don't want to be that guy that sat in the chat that didn't smash the like button, and then we lose tomorrow, and you're thinking, shit, that was my fault. So run them up, guys. Run up those likes. Come on, people. It's free. It takes seconds, and it's really, really helps me. It helps boost the content in the YouTube algorithm. Don't be shy. Smash that like button. It's free. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel either, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. This pairing conceded 4. Yeah, they did, but a lot of them, all those goals pretty much were individual mistakes. All individual mistakes. Cucurella not playing offside properly. Silva giving the ball away. Free header in the box. And then Badiashile just standing off Gordon. So, yeah, look, I get it. This pair did concede 4, but I would go Silva and Badiashile. And then I do not want to see Levi Colwell playing as a left back. I don't want to see it. I know that he will. I know that Pochettino will play him at left back. I know he will. But I've said, and I'm not going to flip flop. Let's see Ian Martin play left back. Let's run it. Let's run it, guys. You know, he's not really had an opportunity there. He came on and played there for about 10 or so minutes against Everton. But Ian Martin, for me, needs an opportunity. I don't want to see Levi Cole at left back. Let's just play a proper left back at left back. Plus, Martin, what gives you what Colwell doesn't, is that he's a natural fullback. Plus, he's very good at getting forward because he's got that instinct to get forward. So, yeah, for me, that would be the back four tomorrow. Martin, Badiashile, Silva, and Gusto. Although I suspect it will be Colwell at left back. I don't really know. I'm not really sure. Maybe a falling out. Maybe I don't have the answers for that. But yeah, it is a bit of an odd one. I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers to it. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. But for me, I'd be going Martin because I'm sick of seeing Levi Colwell playing left back. I don't want to see it anymore. So I'm going Martin, Badiashile, Silva, and Gusto. If Gusto's not fit, then it's the Sassy at right back, and we're going to run the same thing. But I think we all know it's going to be Levi Cole at left back, but I certainly won't be doing that, and this is my team. Midfield picks itself. It's Enzo Fernandez and it's Moises Caicedo. These guys need a big game. These guys need a big game because last few games we've been massively overrun in midfield. Old Trafford midfield was non-existent. Goodison, we were also non-existent. Not non-existent, we were slightly better, but we still got massively overrun in that situation. So these guys need a big game. We need Enzo to start dropping deeper, dominating the midfield. We need Caicedo to start stepping up a bit more because he's not been delivering. That's the reality of the situation, is that Caicedo has not been delivering to the level that we want from him, and perhaps maybe many of us expected from him. But look, there's no doubt that he's a top player. But this midfield is going to need to be on it. Sheffield United will be physical in there. Yes, our quality is going to be better, but as a collective, are we going to do any better? You know, this is a game where, let's be brutally honest here, we should be dominating this midfield battle. There is no excuses at home. The quality of midfield players we've got in terms of individuals, why we should be getting dominated in the midfield battle. We simply shouldn't be. There should be zero excuse for that happening at all. We really shouldn't be getting dominated in the midfield battle. But look, let's wait and see what happens. But we absolutely shouldn't be getting dominated in midfield. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. By the way, people, 2 more likes to hit 50. Come on, guys. There's 50 in the building. There's definitely 2 of you that haven't smashed that like button. So please smash the like button. You know, it's Friday. We're coming into the festive period. It's the season of goodwill and that. Make sure you're smashing that like button, people. Let's get it done. Come on, 55 in the building now. Still only 48 likes. Run it up, people. Let's get this sorted. Come on. No, because he's not fit. I think we need Paulinho as a DM. I think we've got a defensive midfield player in Romeo Lavia. He just isn't fit. So yeah, we need to bed him in. But I think he's going to make a massive difference to how Enzo and Caicedo play, in my opinion. I'm thinking of what is going through Poch's head. I don't really know. Gallagher's not suspended. He was suspended for Old Trafford, and then he was back for Everton, so he's not suspended. Yeah, Wolves will be a tough test for sure. If we don't beat Sheffield United, I'll be Pochettino out. Okay, fair. Now, for me, let's move into this attacking quartet, as it were. Cole Palmer stays. Scored at Old Trafford, the only one that tried to make stuff happen at Everton along with Mudryk. Palmer, again, is going to be really important. Sheffield United will sit deep. They'll get men behind the ball. It is going to be a low block. Cole's ability on the ball, his ability to pick a pass is going to be crucial. That quality is going to be key in an attempt to try and unlock this Sheffield United defence. It is going to be crucial to our chances of winning tomorrow, how well Cole Palmer plays. I've watched Petrovic. He looks good and was shocked that he punched that ball. Yeah. I mean, yeah, look, he probably should have claimed it. The irony is that Sanchez definitely would have claimed it. So, yeah, it's a bit frustrating that we would have lost anyway. So it's kind of irrelevant now. But yeah, let's wait and see what we can do. But yeah, Palmer on the right hand side is going to be crucial. You know, he can obviously he likes to drop deep and sort of pick the ball up in these kind of areas. He can obviously influence in this area, in these areas here as well. He's going to be like he always is. He's going to be key to anything good that we do going forward. So Palmer for me on that right hand side is a no-brainer. Actually, no, I've got that totally wrong. Palmer is going to play centrally for me. He's going to do a little central seat. Palmer centrally. I'm not playing Conor Gallagher in this game. And no, I'm not a Cobham hater. And no, I'm not a Gallagher hater. But what I would say is, in these sorts of games at home, against opposition that, you know, we're going to struggle to break down, I want us to have more attack-minded players, more creative players on the pitch. And again, games at home to teams like Sheffield United and stuff, this doesn't require Enzo, Caicedo and Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher's not a pivot player. So for me, I wouldn't be using Gallagher in this game. I know full well he's going to play, but I simply wouldn't be using him because I want more quality in the final third on the pitch to help us break down Sheffield United. So I'd go Palmer in the 10. I would bring Raheem Sterling back into the team. I know he got dropped for the Everton game. He didn't really do much when he came on against Everton, but you know, I'd bring Raheem Sterling in on that right-hand side, and then I would obviously continue with Mykhailo Mudryk on the left-hand side. Mudryk just needs to keep playing. I thought against Everton, he was one of our best players. You know, we didn't get the ball to him enough, I felt. You know, he tried to make things happen. The amount of times he got to a good position, played a really good cutback, and then there was no one there on the end of it to try and put it into the box. That sort of stuff needs to we need to be changing that up. We need to be switching that up. You know, we've got to see more people getting on the end of these cutbacks because Mudryk's doing good work on the left-hand side. Yeah, that was criminal tactics. I don't know why he changed it. I really don't know why he changed that. But I was sitting in the away end and I just couldn't get my head around it. Why was he changing that? It didn't make any sense to me. It really didn't. But you know, such is life. You know, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. I think Pochettino will drop Enzo for Gallagher. No, I'd be surprised if Enzo and Caicedo were dropped. Or either of them were dropped. I expect both of them to start. The League Cup game coming up Tuesday night as well. That's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, I'd be shocked if Enzo or Caicedo if they didn't both start. Yep, second half late, bring him on. I wouldn't bring Jackson back in, but look, for me, I would continue with Broja up front. Now, look, did I think Broja was good against Everton? No, not really. But, you know, it's only fair that you give people an opportunity to try and put things, to try and, you know, build some momentum up. You know, you're not going to do anything. If you're in 1 week, you're in, out, shake it all about sort of shit going on. Like, Broja, for me, I'm not a huge fan. I think he's got good attributes. Do I think he's going to be good enough for Chelsea ultimately? No, I don't. But Jackson started a lot of games. Broja coming for the last game, rightfully so. And I think he deserves another opportunity at home to Sheffield United. I think he deserves a chance. Jackson didn't make an impact when he came on. He struggled the last few games. I think it's right and it's only fair as well to continue with him, to continue with Amanda Broja up front. See if we can get something out of him. See if we can build some confidence. If he can get a goal or two. You know, that sort of stuff's going to be really important because whether we like it or not, Broja is going to be important to us in January because there's going to be no Nicholas Jackson who goes off to the African Cup of Nations. So we are going to need him. And we need to build him up, build his fitness up, etc. So, yeah, look, let's wait and see what happens on that front, guys. Let's wait and see what happens on that front. But absolutely for me. Let's continue. Let's continue with him. Let's continue with Amanda Broja up front. Do you think Enzo Caicedo needs a rest at some point? Yeah, probably. Maybe in the League Cup we make a few changes, although that's a really important game as well. What I would also say is that Enzo, Sterling, and Cole Palmer are all one yellow card away from missing the game against Wolves on Christmas Eve. Enzo, Sterling, and Palmer, one booking away. So if Enzo, Sterling, or Palmer get booked, they are out for the game against Wolves on Christmas Eve. So we're going to see who's taking a tactical booking to get Christmas off. I'm not sure if players think like that. I'm sure some do. But yeah, those guys are one booking away from missing the Wolves game. They'd be available for the Carabao Cup because it's different rules for different competitions. That's how it is at this point in time. But yeah, those three players are a yellow card away from being banned. But that's the team that I'd go with. Do you know what's mad, right? I know we've got a lot of players out injured, but you look at that team, you look at the money we've spent. It doesn't, I can see why opposition don't really fear us, because I'll be real, apart from maybe Palmer, there's not an awful lot to fear in this Chelsea side right now. I know once we get players back fit again, maybe we see what happens in the January window. We bring some experience and maybe we'll be feared a little bit more. But right now, you can see why. But teams aren't scared of us, guys. Teams simply are not scared of us. That's the reality of the situation. Teams aren't scared. We need to bring that fear factor back. We absolutely need to bring that fear factor back. But we haven't got it at the moment. We simply do not have it at the moment. I'm going to run a quick poll, guys. Bear with me a sec. On whether people think that and Broja or Jackson should start. So I'm going to start a poll now. And then just have a quick vote. Let me know. I want to know people's thoughts. So Broja, Jackson, start poll. Yeah, guys, I'm going to pin the poll. There's a polls at the top. So yeah, guys, get voting on the poll. Who thinks Broja? Who thinks Jackson? Give it a vote, guys. Get voting in the poll. Oh yeah, shit. There's a Premier League game tonight, isn't there? It's Nottingham Forest against Tottenham. Yeah, a little sneaky Friday night game. I don't know where. This is the thing. Like, these games just suddenly creep up on you. It is Forest against Spurs tonight. What else have we got? Pochettino goes United. Ten Hag goes Chelsea. No, absolutely not. There's no media speculation on that. I think Broja's awful, to be honest. I'd offer him yeah, look, I'll be real. I'm not a huge Broja fan. I don't think he's got what it takes to be a success at Chelsea. However, saying that, I would start him over Jackson tomorrow. This is where I think as well, just on the transfer side of things, this is where I think we've got maybe a slight advantage. We've got players that clubs might want. If we are going for Ivan Toney, maybe we can include Broja in the deal. Maybe Broja goes on loan for 6 months to Brentford as part of the deal, or he goes on loan for 18 months, half the season and all of next season, as a possibility. That's where I think we've got to get creative. We've got players we want to get rid of. Maybe we can try and use this to our advantage in some sort of way. By the way, guys, let's get 6 more likes, run it up to 60 likes. Come on, people. Get these likes going. Let's run it up. 60 likes minimum required. Come on, guys. You can do this. Friday night settings, Chelsea, Sheffield United, feel-good vibes, festive season and all that shit. Run up these likes to 60 likes minimum. Tony will be hard to get. Yeah, they're both going to be hard to get. That team's not even scary, in my opinion. No, it's not really. I mean, look, Palmer can do stuff. Mudryk on his day can do stuff, as can Sterling. Those Palmer, Mudryk, Sterling are probably the 3 you'd look at and you think, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, they could potentially cause a problem. But you don't look at a Chelsea team and feel scared. You don't look at it and think, shit, we're going to be in for a really tough game today. You just don't have that feeling right now with the team. Simply don't have it. And we need it. We need to get that fear factor back. And we haven't had that fear factor for a long time. Washington's not ready to play. You've gone 2-0 Sterling with both goals. Well, this seems to be the level of opposition that Sterling seems to do quite well at. Newly promoted side. He scored 2 against Luton. He scored against Burnley away. And yeah, Sheffield United at home. Maybe this is his level. Hopefully, he should score a half. He should, do something tomorrow. If we're talking on an honest level, we know Gallagher's going to play. Does Mudryk miss out and Sterling comes back in? I don't think Mudryk deserves to miss out. So in that case, then you have to play. You can't play Sterling, but or unless you go with a false 9 sort of thing, you have Palmer as false 9, Mudryk and Sterling. I don't really know. You have Mudryk, Sterling, Gallagher. I mean, fuck knows what the likelihood is going to be on this one. But yeah, look, I think all 3 should start, but Mudryk for me has to keep starting. You see when he started a run of games last time that he was growing in confidence. He's now started the last 3 games, and he is growing in confidence as well. You're starting to see things come together a bit more for Mudryk. So yeah, we absolutely do need to see a bit more. We do need to see a bit more. So yeah, look, Mudryk's going to be key tomorrow. So is Palmer. So is Sterling. Broja, the midfield. Everyone's got to be on it. Everyone's got to be on it because we cannot afford to be having any passengers. And the problem is when we're not on it, it's not 1 or 2 players that aren't on it. It is everyone to a man is not on it, and everyone to a man is shit. When we have a bad day, it's everyone has a bad day. It's not like, 1 or 2 didn't play well, but the others stepped up and we got away with it. When we play badly, everyone plays badly, and it's a madness. It is a madness, There's no denying it. Teams maybe fear Sterling a little bit. But again, lack of consistency. You got no idea what Sterling's going to turn up. And ultimately, the bigger problem is you've got no idea what Chelsea team is going to turn up. Absolutely no idea what sort of Chelsea side is going to turn up. And that in itself is a major problem. 1-0, not very convincing, and to be shown last on Match of the Day. Thiago Silva, the only goal. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Match of the Day for the longest time possible. Obviously, I'm privileged to go to the games, but even then, I don't really watch them back because often they're too depressing to watch back. That's the reality of the situation for me. They're often a bit depressing most of the time, guys. Most of the time, they are pretty depressing. There's no denying it. No denying it. So yeah. Mudryk, if Nkunku's up top, would you say the Chelsea fully fit and firing? It definitely adds an extra dimension to it, and for sure would strike a bit more fear into the opposition. There's no denying that at all. Absolutely no denying that. But he's going to take a while to get up to speed, guys. I don't think people are aware of how long it is going to take Mudryk to get up. Sorry, not Mudryk. How long it's going to take Nkunku to get up to speed. That is the reality of the situation at this point in time. That is the reality, guys. But it's going to be good. It's going to be important. I did have a thought, guys. A slight thought here. Let me struggling with the left back situation. I wonder if there's half a chance. I know they won't do it, but I wonder if there's half a chance that does recalling Lewis Hall from Newcastle make sense as a left back option. I mean, I don't know if there's a recall clause in the loan deal or not, but could that be a potential solution if if there is a recall clause in the Lewis Hall deal, could it be worth maybe recalling him from Newcastle to use him as a left back? Because, Chilwell's injury record, Cucurella's set to miss a bit of time. Could that be a possibility? I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I know full well Colwell's going to play left back, but this is the team that I would like to see play tomorrow. I'm fully aware that we're not going to see this team tomorrow because Gallagher will play and Colwell will play left back. But that is the team that I personally would like to see. I think it gives us the best chance of winning. It gets as many attacking players on the pitch as possible. It gives us two fullbacks in Gusto and Martin that will actually get forward and help and contribute to the attack. That for me, those are the reasons why I feel it gives us the best chance of getting a positive result, because we simply have to win this game. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do at all. We must win. Simple as that. Nothing. Nothing else will do. It'll be inexcusable to lose. Inexcusable. And it would really, really cause a huge problem at the club. Huge problem. Maybe not internally, but certainly amongst the fan base. If I leave Stamford Bridge tomorrow and we've lost, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. There's no getting away from it, people. There is no getting away from it at all. But no, I don't think no one likes Levi Colwill at left back. But it's what we're going to see. It is what we're going to see. And we just have to accept that and hope that it doesn't cost us any doesn't cost us the points or cost us any you mean Martin? You mean Martin? Colwell definitely will play left back tomorrow. I've got no doubt about it that Colwell will play left back. But Poch was speaking positively about Martin in the presser, saying, he's a player in our squad, a great kid, the quality to play in different positions. It's about to give time to him. He came from Burnley to perform in Chelsea, with all respect, is not the same, and the competition is different. I think it's clear that he probably maybe doesn't rate him that much. Palmer is very effective, and Sterling with Mudryk, speed on both wings, with Palmer unlocking defenders. Yet, I still worry about the ball in the net as well. All the money we spent, and we didn't really address one of the biggest things that needed addressing. Someone to put the ball in the back of the fucking net. And we just don't seem to have that guy. We just don't have that guy. Crazy that we spent all this money on young players that will never play for the first team. I fully believe that a lot of the players we've signed, your Santoses, your Cassadais, your Angelos, players like that, I'll be real. I honestly think a lot of those kind of guys won't play for the club. Do I think someone like Datro Fofana is going to play for Chelsea again? No, I don't. He's clearly not good enough. Clearly not good enough. He's not making an impact at Union Berlin. They're not impressive with his performances. That doesn't mean that he's going to be good enough for Chelsea. Brighton, when Stanley tried to sign him for Brighton, that would have been probably a good move for him. But, when Stanley comes to Chelsea and he wants Datro Fofana as well, Datro Fofana, I don't know how much we paid for him. What, 15 million or something? Fuck knows. But yeah, we're not going to get our money. We're not going to make money on him. No chance of you making money on Datro Fofana right now. We're not going to make money on Midway. Half the players we've signed, if we were to sell them right now, we're not making a profit on any of them. I'll be real. We're not making a profit on any of them. That is the reality of the situation. We are making no profit on any of them. We'll recall Andre Santos in January, but he'll have to go to either on another Premier League loan or a championship loan, because we've got no international loan slots left. Oh yeah, of course, absolutely they will. Absolutely they will. Losing's not an option tomorrow. I can't even begin to think about potentially losing. That's not an option. That is not an option at all. If we lose tomorrow, I think Stamford Bridge absolutely. I think the owners think players are happy to be on loan for years. I don't know what they think, but yeah, it's not ideal to say the least. Absolutely not ideal. Yeah, no, I would agree. Look, I think it's clear, they're trying to sign players, at a cheaper price, get there before other clubs do, develop them, and then sell them for a profit. But the reality is that a lot of these guys we sign won't be sold for a profit. They simply won't be. You're banking on these guys all doing well or doing well enough that their value is going to have increased, and someone else decent is going to want them. I personally just don't see. I just don't see that being the case. I'll be real. I potentially might, depending on how it goes, but it would be very reminiscent of Southampton last season if we were to lose. If we were to lose this game, it would feel like that. We have to be real. It's going to take at least twice as long as we first thought for Champions League football again. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. New talent, January, Mexico. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we know full well we're probably going to sign one player for the first team and then a load of 16-year-olds from Brazil. Football Chelsea, I'm not sure if you've been under a rock or on the wind up, but yeah, Reece James not going to play probably again this season. So yeah, unless you're on the wind up or you just completely missed the news, but Reece James injured against Everton, going to be out for a while. Out for a while. Poch isn't the problem. The problem is the transfer strategy we've employed. Yeah, no, I agree. He's part of the problem, a small part of the problem, because he needs to get more out of these players, and his in-game management and his tactics, etc., and his substitutions and things like that have not really been up to scratch enough this season. But it's the bigger issue is the sporting directors and the transfer strategy we've employed. That is absolutely the truth. That is absolutely the truth. Look, I said at the start of the season we would. I want to stick with that, but I'll be real right now. That's looking like it's going to be very, very difficult to do. I'll be real. If we can win the majority of the rest of the games this month, if we do good business in January, then yeah, potentially maybe we can move ourselves back up. But I'll be honest, I think I'd like to say yes, but I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Kendry Pius, can't wait to see him. Yeah, the guy's 16. He'll be in the stands for the Newcastle game in the Cup. I hope we get a striker in January. Yeah, agreed. Joe Shields watches some of these chat rooms to see what we. I don't know if he does or not. Joe Shields is a phenomenal talent spotter. Great to have him at the club, but it's the likes of your Wyn Stanleys and your Lawrence Stewarts where I'm just questioning their ability to put a squad together. It's clear that these guys, look, Wyn Stanley's good talent ID, Lawrence Stewart good for a multi-club model, but you can clearly see that these guys have never put a squad together and they don't understand the requirements of a squad for the Premier League. We simply haven't built a squad that is capable of competing at the top end of the Premier League where we need it to compete. Individually, yes, these players are very talented and the squad is talented individually, but as a team, this is a mid-table team right now. I'm not saying these are mid-table players, but as a team, we are mid-table. We are where we deserve to be as a team. That is the harsh reality. Guys, 5 more likes to 70. Run them up, people. Run them up. 5 more likes to 70. Let's get it done, people. I'm going to round this one out in the next 5 or so minutes. Do I like Sterling? He frustrates me. Can be very good on his day. Nowhere near consistent enough. And for someone that's on top money at the club, need way more consistency from him that we're not getting. Yeah, it absolutely has been at time. It absolutely has been. It's too often it's been reactive rather than proactive. Too many times. Top 5 have we turned into Real Madrid overnight yet? Like Joe Shields is good at what he does. Joe Shields is one of the better guys we've got at the club. A massive fan of Joe Shields. Really am a big fan of Joe Shields. Chelsea's more a top 9 team. I mean, if we can get into the top 9, that'll be That'll be a good starting position for us. It'll be a good starting point, guys. Good starting point. Do you think? No, sadly, I don't think he will be. Sadly, I think we will part ways, and I think we'll move on. That is the reality of the situation for me. I hope we get a trophy this season. We absolutely need to send Silver off with a trophy. Let's hope that we can do that. Let's hope we can do it. It's going to be tough. This is going to be a really tough game. I mean, I am worried about this game. I've been and ahhing about a score prediction for this game, and I think it's going to be really close. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was a score draw, but I would personally go probably either 1-1 draw or we nick it 2-1. But I really wouldn't be surprised if we went a goal down. I actually fully expect us to go a goal down. I really do. I really do expect us to go a goal down. Look, everyone knows that we need experience. The manager's spoken, saying that we need experience. Everyone knows we need experience, but we've got to wait a couple more weeks until the window opens. Let's see what happens. But we do absolutely, that much is clear. We desperately need experience. No two ways about it. The priority has got to be a striker. I think we have to get a striker this window. But having said that, I don't think Osimhen's going to be possible. From what you read, apparently Osimhen's a top target. But Tony is also on the list. But then I equally wouldn't be surprised if we went and bought a Victor Gyökeres or a Santiago Jimenez because they'll be easier to get. But again, it's just more project strikers that we absolutely do not need. Must be more to it, but I just don't understand why we didn't just pay whatever it took. I think probably financially we couldn't afford it. Osimhen probably wasn't available in the summer. Of course, you could say everyone's got a price, and I fully agree with that. But the money it would have taken to get him, I just don't think we had it. We were completely rebuilding the squad. I don't think we could afford to spend that much money on Osimhen when we obviously were looking to bring Caicedo and that in as well. I think those are probably the reasons as to why we didn't do that. But yeah, it would have been helpful. It certainly would have been helpful. No, I've already answered that, and I don't think he will be. But guys, that is the team that I would go with for tomorrow. All that remains left is for me to give my score prediction. And I've been umming and ahhing about this one. I'm going to say that we're going to nick it 2-1. I think we'll nick it 2-1, but I fully expect us to go a goal down. But we have to start winning at some point. And I think, this is a must-win game. The pressure's on. Nkunku being on the bench should hopefully be a big lift. I'm gonna go for a narrow 2-1 win, but it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. Pochettino needs to improve but a lot of these players aren't ready for the Chelsea first team. Absolutely agree. Top bins, and big up, by the way. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. But big up. Hope you're doing well. Look, the reality is a lot of these players aren't ready, and probably a lot of these players in the first team could do with going on loan, but we haven't got that luxury. So we have to hope that the manager can develop these guys as quickly as possible. These guys can develop as quickly as possible. But as you say, the time when this does click, and I'm sure it will at some point, the other teams aren't standing still. They're going to constantly be developing as well. So you've got to hope that we aren't going to be falling too far behind. 2-1 for me. I'm going to go goals from Cole Palmer and Mudryk. That'll be my bet. But yeah, we just need to win. But yeah, guys, I am going to round this one out now. Thank you so much to everyone that has tuned in tonight. Apologies for the technical issues earlier on and at the start of the second take as well. But we got there eventually. Great show tonight. Good stream. Big up yourselves, people. I will be back tomorrow night. Live match reaction, and the match vlog will drop after the game as well. So make sure you stay tuned for the vlog and the match reaction content on the channel tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in, people. Really appreciate all the support. Please, on the way out, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new round here. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, guys. Hopefully it's going to be a good Saturday for Chelsea. We got to get the win. Simple as that. But yeah, have a good weekend, guys. I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and peace out, guys.